Sinclair to the Bud. Bud's got to find it. He's going to have a go from 80. A bouncing ball goes through. Piss off. Piss off, Bud. You can't be doing that. It was extraordinary. Buddy Franklin did next to bugger all. I thought your nephew did a really good job at him for most of the day, Spud, but right at the end, when the game was on the line, he kicked 2 unbelievable goals and sealed it for the Swans, which is, Duck, what champions do.
Absolutely. G'day, boys, listeners. Good to be here. It was an entertaining game after quarter time. Don't look at me like that, Damo. The voice is a little bit worried, a little bit crackly. Bruce timed me out last night, Spud. He just said, "He can do that just before half time, Duck. How about buttoning it up and don't talk anymore?" So that's exactly what I did. So he got no more out of me. But no, he actually had a good first half, quite in the third quarter, but his ability, and this is how we know he's in, I think, career best form, kicking those goals. He's kicked 11 goals from outside 50 from how many goals, and I think it's something like 20 plus from 40 plus out this year. So he's getting them from long range. He is just on fire, and when Buddy's up and about, the game's a better spectacle, isn't it?
Clarko will have to get rid of one of his key pieces of the puzzle of his style of play, and it's called POMO. Position of most opportunity, and look, it's the old word for top of the square.
I've never heard it before.
No, I've heard it either, well, that's what Hawthorn use.
POMO.
And Clarko's got on his whiteboard. It's one of his get out of jail free kick cards, and he's been able to have power forwards to do it. Now he hasn't got the personnel. Does he say, as JB said, does he go to a situation where someone's
That's a carton of piss, Bud. That's what that is. That is a brick for all of us. I know. It's astounding.
Yeah, but anyway. But getting back to the POMO, I'm not sure what happens there, but the big concern with Hawthorn, as well as that, JB, is the fact that they're contested ball.
I've never heard of this POMO.
They were down by 30.
I think you're making that up, Spud.
They're going to be a force to reckon with Swans. I really like the Swans.
Will Anderson at Triple M. Someone should have answered that call. Might have been Plugger calling Spud for an interview. At Triple M footy. Hashtag POMO.
It might have been a person with a definition for POMO.
Yeah, well, okay. You guys are a little bit in the light years. POMO, I know it was Pagan's paddock for duck, but Hawthorn call it POMO, Duck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Will, come on, you're my supporter, mate. And there's no doubt John Longmire, the way he coached and made their defence defend, was outstanding last night.
Ben McGlynn's going to join us next. Damien Barrett mentioned the fact that you were at Hawthorn for a considerable amount of time. While you were there, did you ever hear of something called POMO?
POMO, no.
Yeah, no, none of us.
Come on, Benny.
None of us have heard of it. Spud reckons it's the position of most what?
Position of most opportunity, Benny. Come on, mate. I was down there a couple of years. You know it was there, mate.
No. I obviously, you don't speak to the big dogs. I wasn't a big dog at Hawthorn, so I wasn't on the lingo.
Now we're getting to the bottom of it. Not only does POMO not exist, you didn't even speak to Benny.
Yes, I did.
You didn't even, he just said it.
Well, I couldn't see him. The grass was pretty long in those days out at Waverley, Benny. I only see your hair.
Oh, that's a cheap one.
That's cheap, Spud.
Well, it was cheap from Benny. He knows POMO.
He never heard of it.
He doesn't.
Never heard of it.
No, he doesn't.
You're a good
really.
boy from Wentworth, Benny. You're better than that.
POMO.
Yeah.
He's made it up, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. It doesn't even make sense to say.
No, exactly. Hey, Benny, thanks very much for jumping on, mate. The club's flying. We're all enjoying watching the Swans. Good luck with everything coming up.
No worries. Thanks so much, guys.
Position. What is it? Position
I
of.
don't know. What is
He's a little turd, Benny.
He's
kidding himself.
He just answered honestly the
No,
question.
he didn't.
You would
I
have
think
used
he's
that
been wired up before he got on the phone.
You would have tried to use that at Richmond, I reckon, and it didn't take off there, and you probably tried to introduce it, and Clarko said no.
Highest
We're not
position
using
since
POMO.
82, Richmond. It's 2001.
No POMO here.
It worked in 2001, nearly, to Ottens and Gale and Richardson.
You can talk about it when you have your reunion of that.
Oh, what reunion will you go to? The Broken Typewriters Association.
Purple's giving you a little clip here.
He left
Clarko said it's a POMO free zone here.
The K on me typewriter's not working. What am I going to do? I've got anxiety. Oh, my God.
He's just giving you a little clip.
I
didn't mind it either.
I've got one coming for Warriors shortly after the break.
Of course you have, yeah.
After the break.
It is a Saturday afternoon.
Don't
Jim.
you
Of
laugh
course there's
either,
one
Duck. Don't you laugh, Duck. You might get a flyby. Big. There's one here from Teddy Wheeler from the pack. Apart from Jim's table lifting call last night, real class eye start here from the boys. So Wait for 12:30, JB. That's what Teddy Wheeler says.
Don't worry,
Glass
12:30
eye.
coming, and I think there's a bit of me about 12:30.
No, there's not.
There
There's
is.
none.
Jim, for the
Real
first time
amount of
No,
me.
there's not.
For the first time in 10 years of the Saturday Rub, this man has not called me this morning.
No,
So
no.
he's onto something.
I think he's disappeared up his own breakfast lunch, and I think we're going to get to it at 12:30.
Oh, yeah, please
for the
haven't.
fair. I think's got some awareness.
I think you have too,
That's
Spud.
what I'm hearing.
No,
Spud.
I
I think you
haven't.
have.